Cloud. Okay. So is everybody already active and qualified for commissions?
Yes.
Okay. So we really,
No.
Fiona, are you active? Just kidding. You're already in the 400 club. Okay. So it's really important that we be active and qualified by the 5th, and kind of just sharing why. Like, we have monthly and weekly commissions. So one thing it does is it gets you started off fast. I always just order my products on the 1st. Like, I just do an inventory of what I might need for the month, and that's when I place my order. That way I get qualified. I don't see a big goose egg by my name. But I did have one girl who didn't get qualified at the beginning of the month, and she enrolled a new brand partner with a 6.99 pack, and she missed out on making $175. And I've had a couple people miss out on their weekly pay. So it's a good habit to get in. I give away free products every single month. I'm giving away green. You can pick green apple or what's the other one? Peach. Like, I have both. So whoever wins the drawing will win that. So if you have any teammates, but look, here's the cool thing, and it's not just from what you order. It can be from what other people orders. Yeah, thank y'all for having your camera on. I feel weird talking to these blank screens here, but so also, y'all, if you're trying to earn the trips, I know Colleen, Jackie, Rebecca, Sarah, a lot of y'all are like in the running for the trips, and maybe some of you want to get in the runnings. Try to get on the top 400 because they're going to draw 15 people. And so, but you have to make sure you've recruited at least 10 new customers or brand partners since January. I'm telling you, there's going to be at least 50 to 100 people that probably don't have their 10. Either they're there because they've got placements or they're riding the coattails of somebody else, but you have a pretty good shot at earning the trip as long as you got your 10. So I just want to throw that out there. Y'all, please write this date down. Like, this is super, this Saturday at 11:30 a.m. Central, very important. It's going to be like a virtual conference. It's an hour and a half long. If you got anybody local, like, I would hang out together, watch the training together. But there's going to be a huge announcement that Aspen's excited about. I don't know what it is. I hope it's a new product, but it probably isn't. But tomorrow Aspen's going to let the EVPs know. So I'll know tomorrow, like, if anything. But I just have a feeling that some huge announcement is going to come Saturday. So if y'all thought last month was slow, like, we're the ones that makes it fast. We shouldn't have to wait on the company to give out a product, or, man, I wish your company would drop green apple or something like that. Like, we're ultimately responsible for our own business. If Aspen does drop something, like, that's icing on the cake. So whatever announcement is coming Saturday, like, will be icing on the cake. But have your pen and your notebook ready because the training is going to be phenomenal. Is everybody here going to Kansas City to the conference in July?
No.
Connor, you think you'll be able to make it?
No, I have a sibling birthday trip to Nashville, Tennessee in July, so I can't do it.
All right, sounds good. We have these conferences like every 6 months, and I think it's really important that we all hang out as a family. Whether you're doing sip and socials, like, even if you have somebody local, like Connie, you and Jackie, is Jackie, yeah, not Jackie, Jamie, sorry. Jackie's on here. Jamie Dupay. I would definitely go to that sip and social that's on the 26th because some of the top leaders in the company is going to be there. But y'all could go to Starbucks and do some power hours together. You could work together. Like, us hanging out together builds long-term relationships. It's going to keep us in this company forever. Like, these Zooms are cool, but, like, I've flown up twice to see Colleen now, twice to see Sean and Sarah. I still got to see, and I see Barbara a lot, but all the conferences and some of the meetings. I need to go see Rebecca, Elizabeth, and Jackie. But if you have a local team, please hang out with them. that's going to keep them in the business a lot longer. But these conferences obviously do too. So you get to hang out with us and obviously learn from the best. So that's coming up. Is everybody aware of the Summer Glow and Cash Flow event on the 9th to the 10th?
Yeah.
Okay. So hopefully everybody is. If you're not, make sure to join that group immediately, if not sooner. There's over $1,800 in cash and prizes. And you can go ahead and I'll start over so Ashley can hear. Ashley, are you in the Summer Glow and Cash Flow group? You can just type in the comments. So this is basically like the top earners in the company are going to be going live the 9th through the 11th. So on the 9th, at 9 Central is going to be the first live, and we're going to give you guys the graphics. Then 10 a.m. and then noon and then 8 p.m. But every day, like if your people are in there and they're commenting on the post and engaging, they're going to be able to win like a whole bunch of stuff. So I don't know like what all the prizes are going to be, but I would go ahead and start adding people now. And here's why. We've already put a lot of stories in there. And if you haven't put your, like Sean, your product story you always share in all the groups is phenomenal. I would copy and paste and put it in that group. But maybe wait until you've added some prospects. I would ask your prospects, throw them in the group. And here's why, y'all. Like, and here's another tip too. So if you're adding people to the group and they may not see all the testimonies, but if you post your testimony, it's going to pop up on their news feed. Let's say Rebecca posts a testimony and you go comment on her testimony, everybody that you have in the group, when you're commenting and engaging on other people's posts, it's going to pop up in their social media. So if you put people in there now, and then you go comment on some of these before and after pictures or some of these, income testimonies, it's going to pop up on their social media. But maybe go tag them on a story that might benefit them. But there's income and product testimonies, so you can go ahead and start adding people. I put it's on Be Brave Society and in the Legends team page about 18 graphics that you can take and put in your stories. In the Be Brave Society page, there's like posts and there's scripts. Do you have any questions about that? Okay, take advantage of that, y'all. If you want to build a crazy long-term, massive $1,000 to $50,000 a month business, we got to start recruiting. We can't just be getting customers. So when I'm talking to a customer, like, hey, do you just want to get on products? Or are you open to earning extra income? Please always ask that question. But take advantage of this 3-day blitz and get yourself 3 recruits. If you help 3 or 4 people get to director, you're an executive director making over $2,000 a month. All it takes is 3 to 4 people getting to director. And that's not, honestly, that's not really that hard to do, y'all. So I would just really work your tails off going through your list, getting in that group. Aspen's going live, Brittany Beck, all the EVPs are going live in there, and you can tag them on those testimonies. It just takes 3 excited people to get you to over a couple $1,000s of residual income. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all like about a challenge that's coming up, and I don't know if I'm supposed to tell you or not. And I'm not telling you to get a head start, but I went ahead and got a head start because I know that there's a 14-day challenge coming up on the 14th. There's going to be a lot of prizes and cash giveaways and stuff. But basically, it's going live and showing your face every day, whether it's in your stories, on a reel, or your social media. So I don't know like the whole thing, but and Connie, I see you laughing, but all you got to do is look, mix up your brew and talk about how great you feel. It could be in like 20 seconds.
I'm
That's
on
it.
doing what I'm doing right now.
Man, but you're glowing, dude. Like Connie, you look like you're aging backwards. But being real with you, that's what people are buying. They're not buying like infographics and so in order for us to get where we need to be, we got to get uncomfortable. So believe it or not, that live I just did, I don't feel comfortable going live, but I just do it, and like practice makes perfect. But the live that I did, I had notes. I didn't like have all that from memory. So you can take notes over something, write it down, but Just Connie, tell me, what is your favorite product?
Gold.
You could talk about gold every other day, and you could be mixing up your gold, drinking my turmeric beverage, and my joints are feeling better, or just mix it up, and then talk about your day, like, hey, about to go hang out with the grandkids, and about like, there's a girl in another company that I hope I sign her up one day. And I found her because I typed in Plexus and like Diamond, and I was like trying to find all these leaders, and now she's in a company called Trinont. But that girl goes live every day mixing up her drink. And she starts with the same headline, like she's like, hello. Like she sounds really weird, but every day it's like, hello. And then she talks about what she's doing and she's mixing up her drink. And then she posts something about her Activate drink right after. I'm in another company, but I want to buy it from her. Like she's consistent. It pops up in my stories. And she doesn't just talk about the product, like she'll talk about what she's doing that day, but like people are buying us. So you don't have to go. I mean, if you go live on your wall, that's obviously going to help your cause, but just going live in your stories, doing reels, but that's what people are buying. So whether I go live on my social media, on my wall, I'm gonna at least try to do it in my stories every day. Like if I just talk about brew or adapt or drift every single day, or like when I go to Peru next week, you better believe your bottom dollar. I'm gonna be going live talking about Peru and showing you guys the seven wonders of the world and like the mountain, the alpacas. Even though it's not about Bravenly, like that's my life. I'm traveling because of Bravenly. But when people like, I see y'all four at the top or now five on the left with Jackie, I feel like I can relate to y'all. Like I want to be y'all's friend. I want to buy from y'all. Like that's ultimately what, like when me and Jackie went live earlier and we're gonna live. That's probably scary for Jackie. Um, but we did it, and like that's what people are buying. I'm only gonna go live once a week on my page. You could do more than that if you want, but at least in your stories, every single day. And here's another thing that I like. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I just went live talking about Facebook algorithm. You could go to Chat GPT and okay, Connie, you said you love the gold. You could go to Chat GPT and type in, benefits of turmeric. It'll and spit them all out. Benefits of apple cider vinegar. Then you could go live and say, man, these two ingredients are changing my life. Apple cider vinegar and turmeric, and here's how. You talk about it, and then you got your drink at the end. That only takes like 3 to 5 minutes. But you can go to people are if we start providing value, like I'm looking here, look, here's a fact that I learned. I'm doing a training right now that I'm paying for, giving two kidneys and a liver. And so once I finally get trained up, you guys are gonna hear everything. But providing I don't even know where I was going with that, but providing I'm trying to provide value and free content to people. Oh, I know what I was gonna say. 40% of nowhere marketers are looking for a new home. Did y'all know that?
Mm-mm.
60%, or I hope all you guys are happy. I hope you're not looking. But 40% of people are looking for a new home. So I'm appealing to them. I guarantee you the tips that I just gave on Facebook algorithm, I guarantee that 99% of leaders did not have the knowledge that I just gave out free to my audience. I could put money on it. Then last week I did a training on leadership, but I took notes and I grabbed stuff, and I didn't just pop that out of memory. Some was from memory, some was from elsewhere, and I gave a free training because I know that 40% of network marketers are looking for another place to go. Now, maybe you guys are just trying to get people into your network customer wise. That's perfectly fine. Now, what's the big deal? Shots. They're trying to boost their GLP-1 and take a shortcut, right? Go to Chat GPT. Top 10 ways to boost the GLP-1 hormone. And then Chat GPT is going to tell you, and look, your live only needs to be 3 minutes long. And then he's like, look, I'm going to give you guys, like, I know you guys see all that when you go live. I see everybody taking shots and doing all these things. I'm going to tell you how to naturally boost it. And then you give seven, say, look, I'm only going to give you guys seven of my top 10 tips. And, Jackie, you've lost weight. Like, you want a challenge. You could talk about cortisol, you could talk about GLP-1, you could talk about whatever. You tease them with like 7 of the top 10 tips. You give it to them at the end, but what do we have that boosts the GLP-1 hormone? Burn Extreme. What do we have that boosts cortisol or helps cortisol levels? Adapt, Drive, Calm. And if you don't know, like you actually could go to Chat GPT, what Bravely products helps with cortisol? Brrr, it's gonna spit it out. So if you haven't downloaded Chat GPT, please do so. But start providing free content and free value, like no more infographics on social media. Like your pretty face is what people are buying,
Mhm.
is what like,
No wonder I'm not selling.
hey, look, I've been in the industry 13 years. The only difference between me and you is I've made a lot more mistakes than you have. Seriously. And I'm lucky that I didn't have a leader. I know that sounds weird, but I had to learn all this on my own, and that's what helped me be the leader that I am today. So you guys are lucky, but you're also unlucky because sometimes we get dependent on our leader to like do everything. I like to be an independent researcher and like go out and find information. You can go to the boards app. You can go like in all the files section. I'm going to show you guys some cool stuff here in a minute and just, research and do stuff on your own. Okay, off of that tangent. Just try to show your face, try to talk, all the good stuff. There's an incentive in Be Brave Society. I know a lot of you have already hit the 400 club. Barbara, Sarah, I don't know if Rebecca and Jackie and Colleen, I know y'all are close if y'all haven't already. There's an incentive right now. They're giving away a Bravenly hat. It looks pretty cool, and a tumbler if you hit 400 by tomorrow. Okay, I'm almost done. Thank y'all. This is short Zoom. Um, I want y'all to start being bold. All right, is there people that you want on your team but you're scared to talk to?
Mhm.
Is anybody else scared to talk to people?
Yes.
Just Connie, Colleen, Ashley. Look, it takes three really good people to make you a 6 to 7 figure earner in our company or in network marketing in general. When I first started, I was scared. There was a lawyer that I was really scared to talk to. I was like, man, because I was a broke college student, had 500 friends on Facebook. I was from a little town in Southeast Texas where most people don't have teeth. True story. But I was like, why would this lawyer want to be on my? I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get out of my own way because what if he needs this to work? And he had $200,000 in student loan debt. And then he signed up on my team. And y'all know how like our legacy pack is $6.99. You know how much the legacy pack was in my first company? $3,000.
Oh my gosh.
He signed up with the $3,000 package, and then he had me come over to present to his 4 best friends the next day. All 4 of them came in with $3,000 packages. I had 12,000 in volume in 2 days because I got out of my own way. A lot of times we lead with the two. Do y'all ever lead with the 299 pack because you assume they can't afford the bigger one?
Mm-hmm.
So whenever we do that, they could have tried the drift and now they're not going to get to. They could have tried the high. Well, yeah, the hydro. There's a lot of products that they're not getting to try because we assume they didn't have the money. So we got to quit assuming that. Like lead with the bigger package, and then you can fall backwards. Like, hey, look, I'm going to tell you what most people does. You get to try like almost every single product. You're going to save over $315. This is what most people does. But if you can't do that, then we got this package. So start posturing up. But man, like your chiropractor, you're the person at the hair salon, your personal trainer, your neighbor. Well, Garrett McGrath did a train. Colleen, I'm sure you remember this. Whenever and Sarah too, we were just in Oregon, and he's like, there. We have so many people on our list. Like, have you guys talked to every single neighbor that you have about Bravenly? Have you sampled them? Have you walked over to, hey, look. why haven't I told you? Like, why haven't I told you about this? You know, everybody that you know, like, and I'm not telling you to, because you only want to work with people that are like you, like people that are like-minded, people that want to do better. I'm not telling you if you have a drug addict neighbor to go talk to him. I'm talking about good, high quality people that you want in your, like, you know, your pastor. You know, if a pastor gets a congregation on products and they're making money, they can tithe more. And if you're in better health, like you can worship God better. Like, think of all these good people that you want in your organization. And look, go to your phone list. Like, if you go to your phone, how many of you went to your contacts and looked at all of them and talked to all of your contacts? Probably none of us. Like, I haven't. Like, let's be real here. Like, let's get out of our own way and start talking to people. And when you're talking to people, what do you do? The success system. Quit doing this by your, you know, we got to quit doing it by ourselves. If it's a neighbor, please go put a sample in their body. You know, get this this little summer glow and cash flow. Get out of our own way. Let's talk to way more people. Get them in this group. Three-way chat. Oh, Renee, shout out to Renee. She put me on a three-way call with a couple from Florida and I'm not Florida, I'm sorry, Hawaii, and they just signed up with a 6.99 pack. Like guys, I'm not opposed to doing. If you put me on a three-way call, there's a 99.999% chance they're gonna sign up. Now I think it was Jackie I was talking to. Three-way chats are great. Please do them. Like it works on everybody's schedule. You can do a whole bunch at one time. But if you want to play patty cake for a month, let's do some three-way chats. I mean, eventually they're gonna sign up. But and I know calls, look, they don't always work because people are busy. People have a ton of kids, they have a lot of jobs. Chats are great. Like I'm not knocking them, but at least bring them in with some part of like a third party way. My doctor sells supplements in his office. Anything that gets close. Cool. So was like anyways, like get me on a three-way Zoom. I'm gonna lock them up. You know, guys, start using the if if you have local people do like a sip and social. You know, you guys can do the sip and social. Do it scared. I just ordered a bunch of those little booklets. So if you're at a sip and social and you don't know what to say, the booklet tells you about every single product. Like my first 10 sip and socials in my first company, I was in front of the people at the sip and social just reading this paper. We don't have to be perfect. Like, look, all people want at these things is like stories. They want to try products. You can zoom some of us in. That's all they then they like I said they want you to be authentic and real connections, right? So order that booklet, you know, do sip and socials, but bring in other people in a third party is where it's going to be. The way you bring in people is how they're going to bring in people. So if you didn't put your leader in a chat or a call or a Zoom, they're not going to introduce anybody to you. So if you want to increase your success rate, then we got to do that. All right. Okay. I'm gonna show y'all something, and I'm only 5 more minutes, and I'll be done, y'all. Thanks for sticking with me. Okay, I did all that like in one breath. Okay, now I can take my breath, catch my breath. So, does anybody want to add anything before I share my screen and show y'all some stuff? Does anybody want to add on to what I'm saying?
You're doing great. What are we to add to that? I'm just kidding.
All right. Thanks, friend. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen. Guide number 12, I think, is what I'm gonna share. Or actually, you can just go to the files section and Team Legends. Hold on a second. Oh, that was Rebecca. Hold on a second. Let's see, so in the Legends page, and I already have it in my like if you go to the files, there's a lot of good stuff in here. But I put a monthly content planner. I put what to post, how to post on social media, and the list of 101 hacks. So I'm gonna kind of go over that stuff with y'all. So I have it saved up here. So let me just go ahead and pull it up. If y'all don't know what to post, try to go like I know it has Facebook Live on here twice. Just go once if you're scared to go twice. And if you're scared to go once, at least go live in your stories. So it says personal post on Sunday. So so if you scroll down, it says example of personal post. Gratitude post. Family activities like, I went canoeing last week, playing volleyball with my daughter. Whatever. Travel, I'm going to be in Peru. That's a personal post. Your hobbies, what do you like to do for fun? Like I'm always posting about my garden and stuff like that. A personal post is where people are getting to know you. Advice and tips. Team recognition. Well, at the end of the month, there's a lot of recognition. That's like a personal post, celebrations. Those are all personal posts. So, got that on Sunday. Engaging question. So I just wrote about 50. I'm probably going to add to this. But like I said on that training I did on my Facebooker, like an engaging question boosts your algorithm. So if you say, and I know Jackie heard me say Trump or Biden, and I was just kidding, but you'd have 250 comments on it. If those 250 people comment, they're now thrown into your Facebook algorithm. They're going to see all of your other posts. So where do you get that information? So under the Files tab, if you go to what to post, how to post, and all that stuff, I typed out a lot of this stuff for y'all if y'all don't know what to do. Engagement post. We're friends here. I'm curious, when and how did we meet? Everybody's going to type up how they met you. They're now thrown into your algorithm. Remember, only 13% of your audience sees your Facebook. So that's why we do these engagement posts. I put, do you celebrate Easter? But that was it. I posted this like in April. What is the number one thing on your bucket list? Let's see. If you're stuck on a desert island, could only take one book with you, what would it be? I would put if you could only take one person. Hopefully everybody says their spouse. But you guys get it. Like there's different topics on here that you can do for engagement. Hopefully you understand why. Here's the thing. Like if you have a brand new person that just joined your business, before they do their launch post that morning, they should do an engagement post because all those people engaging on their post is going to see their Bravenly post later. So the next thing, Facebook Live. I put some Facebook Live topics in here. And I also put, let's see, let me go down. Facebook Live ideas. And I can add some more in here for y'all. I mean, I just thought of like, what's up, Rachel? I just thought of an idea for me, like for my audience, because I'm trying to recruit like other people from network marketing. That's why I did one about Facebook algorithms. So a Facebook Live idea, there's a whole bunch of different things that you can do. I put your purpose and your why. Like Sarah, she does her purpose and her why all the time. Like this is why I do what I do, and then just go live. So there's examples of stuff on here. Here was a tip on how to create professional Facebook Lives, and I just put tips. Make sure to have good lighting, make sure to have good sound, plan content ahead of time to keep you focused and on track. So I put different things on here and just different ideas for Facebook Lives, and they can be whatever you want. Like Sarah goes live with her daughter all the time. Like if you have kids, go live with your kids. If you're traveling somewhere, go live. So inspirational quote, same thing. I put 50 inspirational quotes in here that you guys can. Oh, also, like if you go to Pinterest and type in inspirational quotes, it'll pull up 100 inspirational quotes. You can go to Chat GPT. Because look, people are buying y'all. Like if you're inspirational, if you're funny, if you're showing your face, if you're doing engagement posts and all the things, that's what is going to attract people. So I'll do inspirational quotes because there's so many negative people in the world. Like if you're being positive, here's motivational and uplifting quotes. I put 50 of them in here for y'all. And that's in the files section. Put whatever you want. Google it, Pinterest it, Chat GPT, or come here. Okay? So that's in the calendar. So this can keep you on track. A marketing tip, if you go to that same file, there's like, and if you aren't good at, market, maybe you want to do something like I talked about GLP-1 or whatever kind of tip about nutrition. Maybe you're trying to bring people into the fitness world to get them into your product. Just, Google something. Product curiosity post. A curiosity post, we don't want to put, and I've been doing this in the past, we don't just want to put, hey, here's Brew Extreme and here's all the bullet points of what it does. We want to put like, problems like, man, my squirrel brain has now been handled thanks to the adapt. Like, we want to talk about our problems that our audience has. Not that your product is gonna solve, but like talk about the problems, if that makes sense. I'm gonna talk about that too much. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop sharing on this. But do y'all see how that calendar can like keep you on track? Like, and if you get behind a day, just go do something, but you can go to that file section and you can just try to keep on track. Like sometimes we don't know what to post, when to post. And as I did my live earlier about when to post, between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. is the best time in the morning. And what time did I say in the afternoon? Let's see, 6 to 9 p.m. in the afternoon. I usually say 6 to 8 p.m., but ChatGPT said 6 to 9. Because that's when people are off work or they're like driving and they're on their way to work. Okay? So, and look, if you had a really good post that y'all did and it's like blowing up, don't do another post. Like let that post run its course. If you did a Facebook Live and today said do an engaging question, but people are still commenting on your Facebook Live, you don't need to do any, like let that post run its course. Okay, let's see. Last thing I put on here, treat every day as if it's the last day of the month. Like if you guys want to blow up June, we know that like I'm going to Peru, Sarah's going to France. Like we're all going somewhere different throughout the month. We're all traveling somewhere. Treat that every day. Like I'm gonna try to hit the 1200 club by next Tuesday whenever I go to Peru. Because when I'm in Peru, I'm not gonna be working my business. I mean, I'm gonna be going live from like one of the 7 wonders of the world and like making people wish they were in Bravenly, but I'm not gonna be actively working my business. So treat every day as if it's the last day of the month. Guys, time block. Like I'm guilty of flipping through TikTok too much. Like whatever it is you're guilty of. Watching like I'm watching a series on finding bin Laden. I probably should be working my Bravenly business. But we can cut some things out and dedicate more time to our Bravenly business. And then last thing I'll say, y'all, is like let's be more of like things that we can do to contribute to the team and the team chats. Like if somebody welcomes a new team member, let's all please welcome that person. Somebody is a 400 club, that's a big deal to some people. Like if there's only one person congratulating them, like how do you think that they feel? So I'm not telling y'all to be glued to your phone. You could pop in once a day and just like Rebecca is really good about that. She'll pop in and there'll be like 6 people. Hey, congrats, Latoya. Congrats, Jackie. Congrats, Ashley and Sean. Like, I'm not telling you to be glued to your phone, but let's all be more cheerleaders this month. Let's work our tails off and make June the best month possible. Okay, that's all the notes I got. Does anybody want to add anything? Or have any questions? Oh, the dual lives. I did one with Jackie today. I'm doing one with Sarah in a little bit. I did one with Deidre. I would find a cross line, an up line, a down line, and go live with them and talk about why Bravenly or whatever. Like, you guys can do those too. Connie, you saw me and Jackie do one earlier. You and Jamie could do one. You and Angela, you and Aaron, or whoever.
Okay.
Any questions, y'all?
I don't.
All right. Sorry, y'all had to hear me talk for 40 minutes.
It was good. Thank you.
Sarah, were you gonna say something?
No, just that it was great.
All right. Look forward to our live in 20 minutes.
I'm gonna let my phone charge a little bit before. So am I bringing you on though? That's what I'm, okay.
Yeah, and make sure to give it a good headline.
I'll do something good. Since they're meeting you, it's got to be good.
Hey, you're not so bad yourself. So hey, before we, what are y'all's goals this month? Does anybody want to share them?
Well, since I'm going to France, I thought about that today. I definitely want to hit 1200 Club before I leave. And maybe hit Impact Achiever ×2. I'm hoping I can hit in the next day or two.
You go to France on the 14th, right? Heck
Cool.
yeah. Anybody else have any goals?
I see Sarah hitting Impact Achiever at least 4 or 5 times. Yeah.
So
You got it, girl.
sweet. Miss
She's gonna
Clubber.
sign up people on the plane ride to France.
Yeah.
I told Colleen the other day, we were super close in club points. We were 2 points away. I told her I was trying to catch her. 2 points.
Yeah, you almost had the same amount of points.
Right.
It was crazy.
Yeah, great job, y'all.
It
That was fun.
was fun.
So, anybody else have any goals?
Well,
Yeah,
mine
I'm just gonna
is,
wing it.
I guess, for hitting, I want to hit the 4,000 club this month.
That's incredible.
I would love 2 brand partners. That's my goal. And Impact Achiever at least 1 time. So,
Yeah, break it down into daily. Like you could take that 4,000 and then divide by 30. And then that'll keep you on track. Like if you're going for a director at 2,500 points, say, hey, this is what I need every day. Like I should be at 400 in volume right now if I'm trying to get to director. So break it down like daily. And then your 2 recruits, I usually try to get my recruits earlier in the month. Like I hit it hard because I try to make sure I get no less than 1 new brand partner a month. So I ask the open-ended question, are you open to earning income to way more people the first 10 days of the month? Because in my mind, I make myself feel like a failure if I don't recruit a brand partner that month. So I try to get my brand partner the first 10 days of the month. So I feel better about myself. So
yeah,
just
I've been
ask,
working at it.
you have like 20 million customers, just ask them if they want to promote now.
I just got a new customer and I was like, are you sure you don't want to like look into the business and make some extra cash? But
The right person will come along.
yeah. You know what? I really believe in timing. And I mean, this person, she's been watching me for a year, the new customer I just got. And when I was in Dallas, she actually messaged me and she's like, oh my gosh, as soon as you get back, we have to get together and all that. Well, that never happened. It kind of went on and on and on. And I asked her to go on a 3-way call and she just didn't have the time. And all of a sudden the other morning, okay, we're doing this. So yeah, what do you do?
Heck yeah, let's do it.
Yep. So
All right, y'all. I got 16 minutes to eat before Sarah's our live together.
all right, yeah, we're just cooking supper. It's late.
I forgot I recorded this.